Hey there, beautiful people. Thank you for joining me again in my Forever World series. If you watched last week, you know that we built this boat that's sitting in our harbor, and today we're going to fix our storage problems. The build that I have in mind for today is going to change everything, so I'm very excited. But before we get started, I need to show you something that is completely game-changing for our world. If you've watched any of the other episodes, you know that this is my hidey hole, my fishing hole. And I was fishing off camera the other day. I think I'd caught 1,300 fish, something like that, with some books. Nothing incredibly exciting, but I was fishing and I finally found a mending book. I can't even explain to you. I thought it was never going to happen, honestly. I thought I was just out of luck. I was never going to get one. So I'm going to throw this on my Silk Touch pickaxe, and it's just going to change everything for us. Mending is like the best thing in the game, and that is one of the reasons why I set the rules that I did for this world. And if you don't know what those rules are, I can't travel more than 1,000 blocks from spawn, which was right over here by this first tower, for the first 1,000 days. And I can't use villager trading for the first 1,000 days. So mending is impossible. Unless I play for a long time, which I plan on. But I wanted it to be rewarding if I did get it. And this feels better than any villager trading haul I've ever made, and I'm just very excited. So now I'm going to show you what I've been working on back behind our house. In my spare time, I've been shaving down this hill a lot. So I've been clearing this out a lot, and I'm going to extend this land all the way over here where the river comes in. So the city will go all the way over to this point. So that's kind of the long-term plan for this section. But I need to keep clearing this out. And then I'm also going to clear this section out quite a bit up top. So I'm probably going to focus on that next. And I will see you after I've dug for about 3 hours. Wow, that was a lot more than 3 hours. I just dug for a long time. And if you're saying, that doesn't look like it's that much digging, that's because I didn't focus up here basically at all, because I changed my mind. Again, of course. I did a little bit over here, added walls, and then a staircase up, because I am going to use this space up here eventually. But I decided I didn't want the warehouse up here. So instead, while I was watching the Knicks and the Spurs Game 4 of the NBA Finals, which I am in New York, I'm not really a Knicks fan, but I'm rooting for them just because I've lived here my whole life and it would be cool to see. But yeah, while watching, I dug the entire time this whole back section. And I'm going to do even more. So I'm going to level this entire area out over here to the coast. I'm going to fill a bit of this in and basically extend the wall all the way over and around. And what I want to do with this area is make this the warehouse / shopping district. So basically dug out a straight line from where this wall ends over here. I'm going to extend the wall over here all the way down, and I think basically right in here I am going to build a very large warehouse. Very, very large. Like really big. And part of me wants to build a auto sorting system, but most of me is completely terrified of that because I've never done it. I've watched guides and stuff and it just scares me. So maybe I'm overthinking it. I feel like I should have that in my Forever World, but it just is what it is. So I also hate just the torch spamming. I need to light this area up better. So for that I need builds and then paths and whatnot, just so it looks a bit more natural. So I am going to do this in a time lapse because I just can't be bothered to build the size of building that I plan on building while talking through it. So I'm going to flatten this out a bit, probably extend the walls, and then start building. I also need to move these guys. I never intended for them to be over here. You can see over there I have a little bit of wheat planted, and basically this side of the coast I am going to have the farming district. This is going to be warehouse and shopping. I have a plan for up here on the hill, and then residential area will be basically on this top level. So that's what I'm thinking right now, but I am going to get started because I need a bigger place to store all my stuff. As you see, there's a lot of sand, a lot of stone. There's just a lot of stuff that I gathered from clearing this out. All right, I'm gonna get started. I'll see you in a bit. So I am like halfway done with this build. I'm just gonna do a quick update. Initially I was gonna do a time lapse, but I decided not to for a few different reasons. So I'm gonna show you really quick what I've been working on. Okay, so this is gonna be a warehouse, and there's a few different reasons why I didn't record any of it. I was gonna do a time lapse, but my life looks very different than it did a year ago when I was making videos. I've gotten a second part-time job. My children are not really sleeping through the night, even more than last year, so I have less time and I don't stay up as late. So I started making a time lapse, but there were a couple issues with that. A, my play sessions are a lot shorter, and I didn't want to cobble together 10 different time lapses. And B, I had no plan. Zero plan. Like, I just started building, and this is where I'm at so far. And also, I did go searching for a jungle so that I can make scaffolding, and I couldn't find anything. And I ended up looking on Chunk Base, and there's literally no jungles within 1,000 blocks of starting point. So I officially am stuck with what I used in here, which is random waterfalls at the top of the build. Just all over the place, just water for days. It's pretty bad. It is what it is. And then also, most of my editing looked like this. Ow. And that's just pretty bad content. I also, since I didn't really have a plan, I had to stop a bunch to go resource collecting. A lot of stripped spruce wood. I also used many spruce shelves. So let's just start over from the beginning. I opted for a lot of smooth sandstone and smooth sandstone stairs, and then obviously mostly stripped spruce wood, and then the spruce shelves. Some regular spruce stairs, and then the stone brick base down here. Again, if you missed last episode, I'm trying to build with the resources that I find at spawn. And so in digging all of this out earlier, I got a lot of sandstone. And I've actually never really built with sandstone, and I wanted to give it a shot, and I like the way it looks. Oh, I need to fix that, and I need to put a shelf up there. Anyways, it's definitely not done, but my thought with this is it's going to be like the main warehouse of this industrial district. So I've got these kind of larger doors in a bunch of different spots on the build. I'm not sure if I like this opening yet, but I want to kind of be able to see in, and I want it to be fairly grand when you walk in. So there's going to be at least 2 levels to this once I do the interior, and I'm just going to have a ton of storage in here, and I want it to feel like the main warehouse of a huge district. And then finally, I am going to build these 4 corners up quite a bit, do towers on all 4 corners, and then this middle section is going to be a lot taller as well. So the roof scares me a little bit because I don't really know how it's going to look, but we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. And then I also did like these windows on the front, and then on these 2 sides and the back, I have nothing. So I have to figure out what this is going to look like, build these up, and do the roof. I'm also trying to spawn proof a little bit. Got the light gray carpets over the torches. Oh, and one thing that is like the most incredible thing of all time that I've never had before, light overlay. Mods are amazing. So if you've never used this, it's fantastic. I have always struggled with mob proofing, And this makes it so much easier. I had so many torches around here that were not necessary. And then you pop this on and basically anything that is green, mobs won't spawn. And then any red is where mobs can spawn. So it's been super helpful to pop this on and just be able to run around and make sure I don't have to worry about anything spawning. I also just love to play this game slow. I know a lot of people love speedrunning and beating the dragon within 2 days. I'm on day 237 and I feel like I've done nothing. So yeah, it is what it is. So if you've made it this far, I'd love it if you would like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff. I also need a name for what this city is going to be eventually. So if you have any birch themed names, I would love to hear your suggestions. So drop those in the comments below, and I'm going to finish this build really quick. It's going to take me a while. It's not going to be quick at all. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, yeah, that was in no way, shape, or form quick. It took me like a week. Anyways, put these towers together. I love the way that these came together. Got the lanterns in there all the way around. There's 4 of them. Got these little sunroofs on either side. And the reason I did that was because it is pretty dark on the inside. I haven't added a ton of lighting, but it was just really dark. So yeah, I really like the way that it came together. I added these in the front. I'm trying to find different ways of having lighting and not having the torches everywhere, which is why I've done the light gray carpets and these plants under the compost bins, stuff like that. Whatever. Go away. Go away, sir. Go away. So you enter in, and I did a little bit in here, but not much. Got these pillars all the way over. I love the way that the sun comes in through here and here. And then really these windows right in the morning are amazing. Don't mind this. Again, I have a lot of challenges with my whole not traveling 1,000 blocks. And I've just been using water pillars to get up and down because it's easy. So there was a time when I had like 12 all throughout this space. Now I'm at 1. So now what I'm gonna do is all of the storage. So I'm not sure, I might do like a large storage wall back here because this whole thing I can just fill with chests, which is why I didn't put windows in the back here at this point, just because I'm not going to be on the back side of this build right now. Although I am going to build over here eventually, so I don't know, we might have to switch that. But for now, I'm going to put storage back here, and then I want to build some like shelving units basically on this stretch and over on this side as well. And eventually going to do a 3rd floor up here, which we can add more storage to or something. I'm not really sure. Potentially farms in here. And then I genuinely have no idea what to do down here. Like, I am just at a loss. Yeah, I just can't really decide what I want to do. Hey, come here. Come here, pal. Come here. Come on, dude. So, yep, this is where I'm at right now. And next, I'm going to start piecing this storage together. And I'll have to move all of my stuff for a second time, which is great because we're still living out of... This is all my sandstone and glass and whatnot, wood, and then the stone blocks that we were using for this build. Over here is just a bunch of items that I've gathered from terraforming and doing all that stuff. So it'll be nice to have everything in one space. Finally. And also, I just want to acknowledge my goal with this was for it to look like a warehouse, and my mind just went a little wild. Kind of looks like a church, but I think it's fine. I like the way it looks, so I don't know. Let me know down below what you think. Maybe I need to change this into a church eventually, but it'll be kind of the main point of this section, and then we're going to do a lot in here and probably over there a little bit as well next episode. So this is what we're working with right now, but now I'm going to work on our storage. All right, so first I am going to fill out this back section. I have a bunch of chests, but not sure I have enough. So let's see what we can do. This is an uneven number here, so I'm going to put down chests all the way down, and then my plan is to use barrels as posts like that. So let's add a bunch of chests. And I'm almost out of chests, so this is going to be the bottom layer, and then I'm going to make a platform up here. All right, so that's going to be the general outline. Then I'm going to build a staircase here and here. And I don't love the way that that looks. I think I'm going to use spruce shelves to cover that up. Gives it a slight railing here, but also just kind of covers up that sandstone. Also, I keep getting taunted by the wandering traders. They haven't had anything that I really care about all that much. Dark oak would be nice, but it is what it is. Oh, that looks bad. Man, the world looks nice so far. I will be very tempted if they have bamboo. But I built this without scaffolding, so I'm not going to mention it again. I brought it up like 1,000 times. It's fine. Who even needs scaffolding? It's trash. That looks weird, but no one's ever going to see it, so it's fine. It's fine. You're not going to notice that, right? Nobody's going to notice that. Then going to do the same thing on this side. Going to fill all of this in and then put chests up to here. And that'll basically be it for this back wall, and then I'm going to build some of the shelves over here. And even with just this back wall and the shelving units that I'm going to make over here, it is probably going to increase our storage by about 1,000x. And last but not least, for this platform, just going to add these sandstone walls all the way across there, and the sides over here as well, and the sides over here as well. All right, let's at least do this section. This bit is weird because I have to get rid of this beam and put in slabs so that these can open. Obviously they can't open with a block right above them, but I think what I'll do is just add the stripped spruce back here so you'll still be able to see it underneath. I think there's like a tornado warning at my house. I'm constantly losing power, and it got really dark outside and the winds are incredibly intense. So just gonna keep playing Minecraft and pretend like everything's totally fine. I need to add some lanterns down here as well. This is going to become a mob spawner if I don't fix all of that. All right, that should be fine. I keep showing you this. And we ran out of chests. Okay, it's fine. They're easy to make, but I'll just give you kind of the general look at what we're dealing with. So now this is what it's going to look like when you walk in. Wall of chests all the way up top. We'll be able to come back here, use all these. We're going to have more than enough. And then I've been thinking about what these are going to look like, and they're actually going to fit perfectly down here as well. So I can probably add one in each corner as well if we need even more space. All right, I'm gonna go make some more chests, and then I'm gonna get started on our shelving units. All right, now we have more of a grand entrance on this back wall, and I just counted, just the chests we have back here is 112. What I have in my starter house over there is about 30. So we've more than tripled, almost quadrupled our storage in this world just with this back wall. And that doesn't account for another level up here. I can basically go all the way up. Our shelving units over here and over there. And we can add some up top and below if we want to add more levels. So I'm pretty excited. This is big. I won't have to throw stuff willy-nilly all the time, and I can get organized. So next, I'm gonna put at least this shelf and this shelf together before I call it a day. So to wrap this video up, I'm gonna give you guys a tour. I've finished the inside. Well, I don't know if it'll ever be fully finished, but I do have all the chests in, and I've started actually moving things forward. So let me give you a tour. Yeah, there's a lot in here. I put a lot of shelves, a lot of chests. So let's start over here. I wanted to add some detail, just kind of showing what is in the chest. So this is going to be my row of cobblestone, stone, sandstone, deep slate items, stuff like that. Up there I have my dirt, my sand. This isn't right. I was going to put some of my ores down here, but I'm going to put them up there instead. And once I have enough frames, which is going to take forever, I'll put those on the chest as well. This is going to be kind of my equipment section. So I started putting some of my first sets of armor and whatnot on these armor stands. And I think it's funny that I said I was going to do at least 2 levels. I did 5. On the first floor, we have 448 chests, which holds 1,548,288 items. Obviously, that's assuming the item can stack to 64, which some can't. But if you use these chests to their fullest potential, that's what we're at. Up here, like I said, I have my sand, my dirt. I'm going to put a bunch more stuff over there. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do in here either. The thing with having so many chests is that I could pretty much fit everything I have on the first floor. But I'm going to give every single item adequate space. So on this second floor, we can fit 272 chests, which fits 940,032 items. And then up here, I haven't put anything up here. I wanted to leave this middle open. I didn't want the entire building to feel closed off. And then I did actually end up closing this section off. If you remember, that was totally open to the top. And on this floor, we have 308 chests, which fit 1,064,448 items. Boom. Okay. This one is a bit intense. There's just chests for days up here. I decided just to make one long section up here, and we have 350 chests in this room, which fits 1,209,600 items. And then last but not least, this kind of feels like the storage room that I had in my starter base right over there. It's kind of the same vibe, just a lot bigger. And up here I have 120 chests, which fit 414,720 items. Bringing us to a grand total of 1,498 chests, which can fit 5,177,088 items. I really feel like I should put 2 more chests in here somewhere just so I can have 1,500 chests, but maybe we'll add some. Now, to end this episode, I need to do something that I've been putting off for a long time. If you see on my hotbar down there, we have a saddle and diamond horse armor. And I've had those items for a long time. We're past day 300 now, and I still don't have a horse. So I am going to go get Gerald back. If you don't know, if you didn't watch my last Forever World, Gerald was my horse's name, and I love Gerald, and he is gone in the abyss. So I'm gonna go get a new horse, and obviously name him Gerald and bring him home. I remember seeing a ton of horses over in this section in episode 1. Oh, there's one up on the mountain. Oh my gosh, look at all of them. All right, let's go find our new steed. You're pretty cute. And we have him, best friends forever. Go on that saddle, our diamond horse armor, and we are set. Let's go home. For now, I'm going to keep Gerald down here because it is spawn proof and I just don't want anything happening to him. But we are going to make some stables to give him some proper lodging. And of course, name him Gerald, our sweet, sweet boy. And with that, I'm going to end this episode. I love you all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.